This is another difficult topic. Every time we bring up difficult topic for us to face and confront ourselves, I think that is the true spirit of what POA is all about. Powers of alignment. Good day to all of you. And how much more? How much more, right? Must a man do or make or convince in order to feel enough? We speak about money, your relationship, and the constant comparison with people around us. But we do all have this innate need to continuously feel appreciated. Yes, it may feel good, especially from the people in our life that is close to us to appreciate us. Then again, there's a few segments that we want to explore. So let's look at the areas in our life as a man that we want to be acknowledged for, because as we are pursuing and working hard, not only for ourselves, but for our loved one, the title or the role of the provider. And we often feel a need to measure by how much we continue to provide for the family and how much we bring home, the sense of security that we can give the people in our life, and the lifestyle that we provide. And as over time, the identity of provision becomes a part of us. And that is where subtle questions that will come along the way is, how much more? Or is there a benchmark? Then once I got enough, I will feel that I'm good enough. So since when did this become, when I want to provide becomes a need? So let's explore the relationship with more. What does more means, and is it coming from not enough? So, I mean, every man out there, I know, you know yourself, we make money, we provide, we want to earn. And as we earn, the people around us that grows as well, and our expectation will definitely go up. So we want to upgrade our life. We want to be a better version of ourselves, better men, right? And there's always someone out there definitely has something better than us. So if we compare the millionaires, the even the billionaires, the CEOs, or maybe just look at the down-to-earth average man like you and me, there are always comparison too, regardless of what kind of stature or different roles that we play as a man out there. So then again, is there a finishing line? So if there's no finishing line, we will always be running and chasing for something that one day we may ask ourselves, when is enough? Or maybe there wasn't any finish line or finished lines in the first place that we set for ourselves. So then we are exhausted men who work hard, we come home exhausted. We want to just, some days we just want to lay back and do nothing and just compose ourselves and let the stress of the daily work unwind. But then when we come home, there's this comparison possibly from our loved ones that, hey, you know that who and whose husband hey, you know that family they moved. Hey, how come they can now we can? And maybe our partner there is not only talking about the lifestyle, but also talking about something else, about progression itself. So what does progression really means? In this conversation, they talk about, like, they compare about the partner, they have already upgraded, and somehow they have acquired this, or maybe the children going to better schools. What she may be sharing could be just her expression of how she wants the lifestyle to be better. But what we, or me as a man, sometimes hears when I come home, still not good enough. How come it is still not good enough? Actually, a lot of, if you ask women will say that they are very simple people. Well, maybe not. But usually men, when we speak, we are actually very simple. We don't really need to have praise and acknowledgement every moment, but more of to be seen rather than just coming home as a need that wow, they need me. But need me and need as in but not being seen. Taken for granted. That's the key thing. Taken for granted and not being seen and to not feel respected. The efforts, maybe even the tolls, the scars on the emotional scars which cannot be seen. I think it is nice and nurturing to come home to feel that the effort that we put outside matters. And depending on your partner's love language, but you can always instill this culture at home of verbal acknowledgement that, I appreciate you coming home. I appreciate what you have done. And this work both ways. Doesn't mean that you watch this podcast, you go home and say, like, hey, where's my appreciation? But more, have you practiced this form of appreciation too to the people around you to give first before you start to receive? Because when we give others from a space wholeheartedly, people will understand that this is what we want to receive too. But that doesn't mean that we will necessarily get. But it's a good place to start rather than scissors, paper, stone, whoever first, You wait for me, I wait for you. Things sometimes never happens. And man, we have the power. We have the decision to actually change a lot of things just by one simple action. So when the appreciation does happens to us, to me, to any of us, we can feel that somebody do listen to us and we are being admired for the hard work that we put in, not as a form of validation, but more of a simple joy of being admired and recognized. And it makes us feel confidence as some part of ourselves. Yes, we do practice the powers of alignment where the self alignment and self-discipline and self-validation is very important too, because that cannot happen without the person, the man, first knowing his own worth. And as we evolve over season, we also want to have an environment where we can consistently remind ourselves that we want this encouraging environment too. And hey, over time, then we realize, hey, I am like who I am around. I can be by myself when I'm around this person. And that's where the need to draw difficult boundaries can be relaxed because it can be very tough. Yes, even at home, sometimes we need to have boundaries. But when there's a strong wall of boundary, even when we come home to a place where we feel safe, it can make a man over exhausted. And yeah, sometimes, I mean, I'm sure you do know, maybe it is even better to just be alone with ourselves, that we can just be okay. And this is a hard question because if you ask yourself honestly this, why does appreciation from someone that matters to us still affects us? Is it a form of dependence that we always need someone to remind us that we are good enough? And this might be even challenging because sometimes the validation we seek from our partner, we may not want to seek from our partner anymore. And that might even turn outwards to people out there who can simply validate us. Could be work. People at work recognize us more. I feel more recognized at work. Or I could feel more recognized at the after hours together with some of my friends who hang out at the pub. Or it could be just simply just me sitting in this study room constantly producing work, 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 and work, because every work that I send out, I get likes, I get shares, I get comments for the work that I do. And this is my sense of self-worth too. Or or it could be men out there constantly finding revenues and source to bring in money. And don't get me wrong, money is good. Yeah. But the need to always feel better when there's more money, and hence there's a lesser and lesser need to really face what truly matters, which I believe is a human and human relationship. So then again, how come our partner or wife doesn't recognize us? give us the kind of, hey, good job, well done. But have we thought about what's going on the other end as we spoke about this? Are they also tired? Are they also deprived of, as I've been so focused on my own work, that the recognition and the appraisal came in less generously? Sometimes when she shared something, as we do know, partners, women, when they shared something about being not enough or trying to find some comparison, sometimes she isn't really asking to change her husband or ask you to make more money or ask you to change your job. There are times that she just wants to be felt and be recognized for her presence too. As the man say, hey, look at how much I make. And the woman on the other hand, yes, I know, but where are you? Where have you been? And one end, the man can be accumulating his asset and wealth. On the other hand, the partner can be trying to look for the one that is lost in the accumulation. And both can drift further and feel unappreciated. So if we look at coming home, a bigger house, does it mean a better environment? Moving to a better location, does it guarantees a better lifestyle? And as we grow our investment portfolio, we show more numbers, acquiring bigger, shinier asset. Sometimes all this might not necessarily mean upgrading. It is simply to just upgrade to let us feel less about ourselves while attached to feeling good in the pursuit of acquisition. So what are we trying to really prove here? Who am I really still trying to prove my self-worth? And at the end, if truly there's no applause, do I really know that I am enough? Continue to build the wealth, my friends. Continue to build the home too. Continue to build your relationship. And remember, continue to build the man as you are meant to be. Take care, and I'll see you for the next podcast.